What role did the FARC play in the Colombian conflict? What role did the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia play in the Colombian conflict? This question takes us into the heart of a complex and turbulent chapter in Latin American history. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, commonly known as FARC, began its journey in 1964. It emerged as a Marxist-Leninist guerrilla movement rooted in the struggles of rural peasants. The group positioned itself as a defender of marginalized communities, fighting against state violence and economic inequality. Initially, FARC was formed by small-scale farmers and communist activists. They capitalized on the grievances of people in Colombia's countryside, where state neglect and paramilitary violence were rampant. Over time, FARC expanded its influence, establishing control over remote regions. In many of these areas, they acted like a de facto government, providing basic services and enforcing their own laws. This dual role helped them build local support networks, especially where the state had little presence. To fund their operations, FARC engaged in various illicit activities. They taxed coca production and were involved in kidnapping for ransom. By the 1990s, their military capacity grew significantly. This period saw large-scale attacks on army bases and infrastructure, escalating the conflict. Attempts at peace, like the creation of the Patriotic Union political party in 1985, were met with violence against its members. This violence deepened distrust in political solutions. From a cultural perspective, FARC's narrative connected with historical struggles for social justice and anti-imperialism. This resonated with broader movements across Latin America. However, their methods, including targeting civilians and drug trafficking, complicated their image. The peace agreement in 2016 marked a significant change, leading to FARC's disarmament and transition into a political party. This agreement remains contentious, with some viewing it as a step towards reconciliation, while others criticize the lack of accountability for wartime abuses. The Truth Commission's work after the conflict highlights FARC's role in perpetuating violence. It also acknowledges the systemic inequities that fueled the conflict. This duality reflects the ongoing tension in Latin America between revolutionary ideals and the human cost of armed struggle. For many communities affected by the conflict, FARC's legacy is a mix of resistance and trauma. This underscores the challenge of reconciling historical grievances with the pursuit of peace.